Greetings, I'm Rob Chapman.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Andertons TV with myself, the Captain, and Mr. C here. Rob's idea for this video, which I thought would be a good one, was to talk about pedal stacking. Specifically gain pedals. Lots of guitar players, I think, over the years have found their own sound by using more than one distortion pedal. And certainly my eyes were really open to this when we met Chris Buck on here, and Chris's pedal board, which is probably about the size of this piece of wood here, and has got probably 60 or 70% of the pedals on it are gain pedals, and he just stomps different combinations. Yeah, he's got such beautiful touch and feel, and he's a very musical sounding guitar player. So we chose some pedals that we tried to sort of get an indicative spread of different types of pedals. Yeah. So this isn't really necessarily a video about going, oh yeah, you should buy the Blackbox or you should buy the Smiley or whatever. This is about going, I'll quickly whiz you through them. So we've got a simple EP boost here. So this is like the Echoplex kind of, adds a bit of bass end and a bit of level. We've got the Centura copy of a Klon, which is very, very cool. Purple was made specially for Pete, but you can get like a silver or a gold version of this if you want. We've got the Blackbox from Snouse, which is the sort of Marshall Blues Breaker vibe. We've got a Ibanez TS808 Tube Screamer.
Might have heard of one of those.
Yeah, that's the original one, or a reissue at least of the original one. We've got the JHS version of a Tone Bender. We've got the Way Huge Russian Pickle, which is their version of a Big Muff. We've got the the Jam Rattler, which is their version of a Rat, an original Rat. Another JHS pedal here based on the Fuzz face. The Dodd Looking Glass, which is more of a preamp, again with not too much gain in it, more of a level thing. And then of course, one ring to rule them all, the Boss Metal Zone.
So you might as well burn all of the other pedals and just get me 2 of those metal zones.
That original stack was one that, again, I haven't tried any of these together yet. I just, decided that, maybe we'd do EP boost into a Klon, into the Blackbox as a starting point.
So should we talk about my expectations?
Yes.
So what I wanted to do was find one pedal that we could use on a clean amp tone to make a rhythm sound, like backing off the guitar volume to get like a soft rhythm up to a heavy rhythm, and then add a pedal to get us soaring lead. Yeah,
and I think we might take it 2 or 3 stages further than that, in that we'll try combinations of 3 or 4 different pedals. So maybe the rhythm sound that you want isn't just one pedal. Maybe the rhythm sound is 2 pedals. Here we go. Lots of cuts and edits in this as we just basically go from one setup to another. But here we go. So you've heard the first one. Now let's try something different.
Yes, well, and also here's the amp.
So here we go, we've got a Russian Pickle and a Tube Screamer. The Russian Pickle is where the bulk of the gain is coming from, and the Tube Screamer just seems to be doing that classic thing of just adding a little extra hot sauce. But here's the
like Fuzz. We did earlier.
Yeah. I think that sounds good.
It sounds good, but it doesn't have that classic British crunchy grind. It's a bit skinny.
Let's try something else.
Too fizzy and too trebly. We need something with a low end kick, something that's going to have grind.
I wonder if you're just describing an amp driven sound.
But you can get that from a pedal. I think the EP booster into the amp will give you a rhythm sound, and then you need something like that Tube Screamer or the black box or. Go back to taking the EP off. Did you back off the tone?
Could I or did I?
So back it off and then put more volume in. Yeah. Do you know what would be really funny is if when you first rigged up the pedals just to get a sound, if that was the magic combination.
I really want to get this looking glass in here somewhere because
but it doesn't sound very nice.
But I've heard it sound good. I mean, I'm not even sure if they even make this pedal anymore, but I've heard it sound good.
Sounds a lot better, I must admit.
Sorry. It needs more brightness and more something, doesn't it? There.
Less fizzy, more boosty, kind of boost. See, now when you turn that off, that sounded good. Back off the volume. That sounds good.
It's noisy, isn't it? Very
it is noisy.
Oh, it's all the noise is coming from one pedal.
Yeah. What? I'm just curious. What happens if you take a black box and a metal zone?
A black box and a metal zone.
Yeah.
I might just plug in a couple of fuzzes.
Yeah, I'm never going to use that sound. No. Tell you what, back off the gain on the Rat just a little bit, and then can I hear it on its own?
That is on its own.
Okay. So less gain. That's the high end. Now turn it off, and let's make the black box low and MIDI. So more low end. There you go.
Is that
They're
an
fulfilling
example?
Things in each other,
Yeah,
aren't they?
where on its own it sounds okay. Equalizer.
And then I'd use the tube screamer right at the front, just as pushing the valves boost. Back off a bit of the gain on the back of the black box. Just back, yeah.
Yeah.
And then turn all of the gain off on the tube screamer.
Yeah.
And can I just hear tube screamer on its own? what it needs to do.
Okay.
So, here we go. If I back off the volume. Can you leave the tube screamer on but turn off the rat? That sounds better. What did you do there?
Well, I'm just putting the treble back into the black box because.
Okay. You know what, Lee? The black box and the tube screamer are a really good combination.
Yeah, I agree.
I think the rat sounded good, but I think you can sack off the rat and the black box.
It's funny, isn't it? What I mean, I've had a similar feeling about the rat before, which is that it was an iconic distortion pedal during that sort of 80s period, but I don't know if it just. I don't try.
I think the rat is supposed to go on a slightly crunchy amp already.
Maybe. I mean, you've. That sounds okay.
That sounded pretty good.
Yeah.
Quite 80s. But I'm wondering if we add the metal zone instead of the rat, then you've got like a slightly metal rhythm, a slightly martially rhythm.
What did we have at the beginning? Did we have that at the beginning, basically?
I think we did.
Because we need. I feel like the clon. It's such an iconic pedal. I feel like the clon needs to be used into something. Maybe we'll try the clon into the rat. Let's see what this sounds like.
You can't let the rat go, can you?
I don't know what it is. I don't really. I shouldn't really care, but I think it's just because I sort of become a bit obsessed with. I like. It's very spongy. It doesn't feel like it's got
sag.
Yeah, doesn't feel like it's got a terribly good definition, but I like the sag.
I think it's an add on top of a thing to make a thing.
Keep playing. I like that.
I mean, it sounds Sabbathy, but it's not the kind of thing I would use.
No, fair enough. Okay, I will concede now. What did you want?
Well, I think the black box is the Marshall, the metal zone is boogie-ish. You know, I don't know what we're going to say, but it's a thicker, more modern sounding Overdrive, and then the tube screamer is the
literally Randall Smith's just heads exploded as Rob described the Boss Metal Zone as boogie-ish, but okay.
Listen, man. The Metal Zone is an iconic masterpiece.
Are we using the... I'm going to leave the clon plugged in.
I like the clon, yeah.
And we're going for a 4-pedal mix-up here now.
Just give me a lot less gain, I think. Oh, that's perfect. That's great. No, you changed it. See?
I know, I was just saying...
Exactly
okay, there we go.
Sweet spot. Oh man, that's good.
I might have moved pedals
can I have
for the camera.
Just a Nat's chuff more low end?
A Nat's chuff more low end?
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good rhythm sound.
Tube screamer over the top.
That works really well.
I might just take a little bit of the... There's not a lot of gain to remove from here.
But what happens if we add a black box?
Well, that's after. So let's just try the cloning.
Okay. I really like that.
Do you?
Yeah, I really
doing
like
much
that.
to me. I had the tube screamer on as well there.
But it was good.
You know the issue with this, the 808 in particular, the LED light is really only bright if you're directly above it.
Mono-directional,
Like when you're here, it's quite difficult to tell whether it's on or off. So I apologise about it. Let's do that again. So here's Metal Zone with the tube screamer.
Okay.
And Metal Zone with the clon.
Sounds
pushing
good.
Different frequencies, aren't they? It
Yeah.
feels like the tube screamer's pushing more top end, the clon more. I keep calling this a clon. Of course, this is a Centura version of a clon.
Yes. So I'm curious to hear the Metal Zone and the Blackbox.
Okay.
Together, but everything else off.
Okay.
Too much. But so
Is it? Keep going. I didn't think it was.
Fizzy now, mate. It's got fizzy.
I think it's the Perspex anti-fizz shield here that is filtering out the fizz. It sounded good to me. But
you know what I'm going to say? I think, for me, so far, the Metal Zone and that Tube Screamer and the Clon, it's great.
So you think Clon and Metal Zone? Let's do Clon into Metal Zone versus Tube Screamer into Blackbox.
I just wonder if I could hear the Clon on its own.
Yep. Here you go.
Can I have a bit more low end?
Yes, obviously I voiced it to be like a.
Now for me, that is a. I think the Clon has a rhythm with the Tube Screamer.
Do you? I was about to say, is it the other way around?
No.
Is it? So you're going.
I like
super old school. So you're going rhythm sound. Oh.
I think that sounds really nice.
Yeah, I think what we've done here as well is a gross disservice to Fuzz pedals. But as neither you or I are huge Fuzz fans, I kind of
Is what it is, man.
I think that's just unfortunately what it is.
But the Clon makes a great classic overdrive sound. The Metal Zone makes a great
there's something here that
sound.
the Rattler, try as we might, didn't really feature in our kind of...
Well, wait a minute. We haven't tried the Rattler on top of the Metal Zone.
Okay, well, we've got to try that then. I'm just going to just keep adding them in. Where should we put the Rattler?
Are you surprised at how good the Metal Zone sounds?
Yes. Surprised is... I mean, pleasantly surprised. Because I almost feel like the Metal Zone has had... It's had its share of mockery.
It's become a meme.
It's almost like I almost want someone to record an album on a Line 6 Spider that sounds amazing.
Right.
Just to literally go, see?
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad. But it'll never happen because it is.
Challenge accepted.
So let's just see, where does this fit in? Apologies that the board is a bit of a mess now, but we've wired in a load of pedals to just sort of go, what happens here? So what was the rat into Metal Zone, wasn't it?
I think Metal Zone rhythm. Rat on top.
Rat on top.
Bit less gain, bit less top end.
So, do you know what? I've got to say, please do shout if I'm putting too much top end in, because genuinely, I'm
Oh, really?
I'm absolutely convinced I'm winding too much treble in to compensate.
The Rat is very top ended.
Yeah, okay.
Back. And that's almost just top end.
Is it?
Yeah. Can I only hear the Rat, please? If you take all of the top end out of the Rat,
pretty much is, yeah.
Okay. Are you sure you're going the right way with the knob?
All right, let's try it the other way. So this is T for tone. Go on. This is just very trebly, that pedal.
Yeah, and back off the gain then on the Rat.
It's virtually all the way off anyway.
Turn it off.
Okay, here we have. I think that sounds good.
That sounds good. It does sound.
I think we've basically found a setting on the Rat that just doesn't change anything. So like, here's without.
Yeah, and that's why it sounds good.
Yeah, okay. So Rat, I'm afraid, just.
I think it needs to sit on top of a really
funny,
loud
isn't it, as well? Because Dan Steinhardt, or pedal guru from that pedal show, it's one of his favourite pedals, and yet I find myself finding that I really like Dan's tone, and yet I don't really warm to any of the gear that the amps he likes, the pedals he likes, just aren't really my bag. But that's just different human ears going. I like different things. So what are we doing now?
Well, can I try the EP booster with the Metal Zone?
Yes.
Oh, that's really adding.
Fattened it,
that's
hasn't
fattened
it?
Yeah, no, it's really added
good.
body. EP booster in the Metal Zone.
Is it fair to say that once you've got that much gain, putting in something like a clon or whatever is really changing the feel more than the tone?
Well, that's nice though. What happens if you back off the gain on that?
Yeah, I mean, if you try it now.
It could use a little bit more gain for lead, actually. Just a tiny.
I know, that's what I was thinking. For rhythm, it was
like
over compressing it. Right, Metal Zone versus Blackbox. What do we like here? Hang on, I'm just doing a verses now as your bass amp tone, because I think the Metal Zone sounds really
Sounds good.
So let's try and get a sound out of the Blackbox.
Sounds really good, but it's lacking body, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe the EP booster will give us that.
That's, from where I'm sitting, that's not that different. So metal.
Blackbox is a lot darker.
Okay, so I'll put some treble in though. And what? Okay. Not good.
Not as good. It's missing a frequency. It's kind of... I'll tell you what it is. The Blackbox sounds a little bit thin. Can I see the setting you've put on that Metal Zone? Because I'm really curious.
Okay, so I'm in custom mode rather than standard mode, which is only available on the Wazza version. Then I've got the level at about 2 o'clock. I've got the treble at just a snad over noon.
A snad?
Yeah, I don't know what a snad is. Bass or low is at about 2 o'clock as well. Mid is completely center, so the frequency and the level is completely center. And gain is at about 8:30.
Tube Screamer, EP Booster, and Metal Zone then. Let's for a lead sound. Let's see what happens if we do that. We found it, the Metal Zone with the EP Booster and the Tube Screamer for added lead.
That's what I was trying to work out, was
both.
Which one do you want for the lead boost?
Well, look, Metal Zone on its own, great rhythm sound.
Yeah.
EP Booster gives you like just
a snad
of a lead boost. But when you want that extra saturation for legato, you whack on the Tube Screamer.
Or the Tube Screamer.
Giving you that sort of...
I'm sorry, I
Metal Zone.
can't bring myself to go, yeah, I can just see myself with a Metal Zone on
the
my board.
Holy Trinity, as discovered by Lee S. Anderton.
Well, I'm not sure this video turned out to be quite what I hoped it would be. It was just, in the end, I suppose what it is just stay open-minded about, pedal choices and actually, try some and see what you think you might like, or what another guitar player has told you that you should like may not actually be what you like at all.
Are we surprised that probably the two most famous gain pedals of all time are two that work together really well?
Well, that's the only one I know it's famous. It's infamous, though, isn't it, really? The Metal Zone, really.
But we're using the special Secret Sauce Wazacraft.
And actually, we're using the gain really low. I mean, I suppose if I put the gain all the way up, this is probably, and in standard mode. That's probably what people associate with that sort of meme type Metal Zone tone. But yeah, back down and... Well, look, there you go. I think we plugged everything in. Apologies if we in the end didn't. But look, comment below. What are your, what
I really like the Metal Zone pedal. I thought it sounded really nice.
Yeah.
Rob.
What have you found when you're stacking pedals up together? In fact, sometimes I think that's where those sort of Facebook fan groups are quite good. If you've got a certain amplifier and that amp has a fan page and people will go on and share and go, oh, this pedal was good or that pedal. But mad. And I suppose, in fairness, if we'd have had a different amp and a different guitar, maybe we'd have had different results as well. But
I'm going to have to photograph your settings because I've got one of those Metal Zones, but it's in my lockup in England, and I currently live in Malta. So I'm gonna have it sent over, and then I'll use it more.
I mean, I certainly know when Boss did the Wazza version, they were like, we know we're going to get a bucket load of stick for this, but honestly, it's a great sounding pedal. So I'm just
would you put one on your board?
I would use that sound. I would absolutely use that sound, but no, I wouldn't put one.
You heard it here first.
It's I don't know. Maybe
if it was in like a really posh looking shell that didn't say Metal Zone.
All I need to do is basically just take the guts out of this and put it into like an OD1, and it's like it would be acceptable.
Then you'd be okay. Yeah, I see. Right. Well, I've been Rob Chapman.
I've been the captain.
Bye.
See you later.
Oh, it's a shot.
Let's try something else. I don't know what. You never know.